Welcome to Tuna Bay. Last episode we started this small village. We have a population of 350, but not too much industry and jobs yet. The only things we have is this farm, then a lot of homes, a few businesses, and all the way back here there is another farm and one small factory. This is our only industrial building. It produces food and makes a profit of $12,000 per month. So let's expand the industrial area. Looking at the wind, it's all blowing towards the open wide ocean, and our city is exactly on that shoreline, or rather I should say town. This is not really a city. That means we can't build industry in these areas up here because that would just blow all the pollution over the city, which I'm sure no one wants to have. So the only option we really have is to move on to the next island. Here we can freely go ahead and develop industry, but we're also going to need a whole lot more infrastructure. So first, let's get everything started by building an interchange. I'm going to do the same thing as we did last episode. One-way lane, disable snapping, and then just have it come off the highway. Same thing connecting it up to the other direction, and the same thing on the other side. Here we go. Now we need roads. I'm not sure if there's any industry specific road, so I'll just have to stick with the normal 2-lane road. Let's just pull it out from the intersection, and then let's send it all the way up to the coastline. Let's do something similar down here, but this time curving it around and letting it follow along the coastline. We need to figure out what we do here. If we add another interchange, we will see as things develop. But first, let's connect up these interchanges. 1, 2, same thing on the other side. 1, 2, here we go. And as we can see here, people are still allowed to cross over. We don't want to have that. So we use the road services. Just say no left turning here, no left turning here. And that solves all our issues. And we have a basic setup. First up, I want to put in a landfill. Our island chain does not have any garbage management right now. So for that, let's use this inner part of the island so the trash does not fly into the ocean. Build it in here and zone out the landfill area. I'm not gonna make it too big, just like this. And then I'm getting some trees. After all, we don't want people seeing the trash immediately from the road. So let's just go ahead and plant some trees in between the landfill and the road. That should do the job. It's at least a bit of segregation. So like if you imagine you are driving along here, there's not so much you see of the landfill, which is exactly how it is supposed to be. Now that we have these first basics, let's get in our first industry. An alleyway right here next to the landfill. We can just zone some industry buildings. It's all supposed to be just like a big industrial park. Let's also get in some of the new wider walkways. So we have some surfaces going, and then we can drag out this alleyway and have it loop back to the main street. It's all kind of square, but for an industrial area, this should be fine. Let's add a small stone mining operation here. It's always kind of hard to make these look good, but I hope we can achieve it here. Getting in some round-ish shapes for some organic looks. And then we just zone more industry. Add some pathways. Also, we can't forget to connect up the services. Let's connect the electricity under the road. And let's also take these low voltage lines under the high voltage ones and connect it up to the other island. Same with water and sewage. And now we have all these essentials in, so our city can develop. We now have the first basic industrial buildings. We took care of a lot of the industrial demand. There's still more, but we also still have more place to zone. So for now, let's make sure these things look beautiful. I mean, here this grass everywhere does not really make sense. So we just head to the surface area tool. We can just grab any surface here and just extend it outward. Of course, then if this is concrete, we need to delete the tree. Let's quickly do that with all the surfaces in this row. I also changed some of these smaller grass surfaces just to be a bit brighter. All that gives it some variety. And with that being done, we can start some more decorating. On the industrial assets, I love to just like plop down some things that might be stored here, like these cables, some crates, adding some more towers. I mean, this is exactly the same asset, just in another color. It makes the industrial building just a bit bigger. And then we can also just add some piles of rubble. Why not? And some no parking decals. All these small things really do a lot. Of course, it's not only about industry, but also about nature. So we can also go ahead, pick the line tool and just add a few rows of bushes here and there. That gives everything so much more character. It's a lot of work, but let's repeat it for these other buildings as well. That's almost it for now. I also sprinkled in some stones just for some additional texture. It looks like it might be a bit dirty here. I love these lined bushes. Sure, it looks a bit posh, but also industry areas, they have CEOs visiting. They want things to look nice. So we definitely have some jobs going on here. I really love the development we have. While we were decorating, we also unlocked the next milestone. Milestone 3, large village. It adds a lot more things that are expenses like police and fire. We can't really afford that right now. We're still far away from being profitable, but we got some more development points, which I already want to spend on the parking areas because, I mean, the people that work here also want to enjoy their break. So why not go ahead, build out the road a bit more, then get in some car park and build out some custom park around it. I mean, we can just have walking paths go along the shoreline here, maybe even under this bridge. Yes, that works. And over to the other side, as well as to the other side of the island. Oh, look at this. There is a lot of stone being mined here with this massive machine. People might want to look at that. But the path goes very, very close to the ocean, then just circles over here. I'm not sure yet what to do next with it, but before we can anyway first get in a connection to the alleyway, do the same thing here at this corner. It just adds so much. And while we are here, we can just make some small details, add a bench, trash bin next to it. Not sure if there are like lanterns that we can plot down. I mean, a gas heater looks like a lantern. Maybe that's how we're going to do it. So I'm now just going along, finding some beautiful spots, put down a bench, put down a trash bin and just continue on. I mean, it's really these small things. No one sees them and most likely people won't even use them. But it makes me happy to know that there are small details everywhere. That's pretty neat. At this parking area, people probably want to buy some food, so we can allow one business to settle down here. Here we have it. I mean, it's selling pharmaceuticals, maybe not the optimal thing to sell here. They're also losing money. But for now, that's this area. It's well decorated. There's still a lot of empty space, which is good. It will allow for future additions. I mean, this landfill has some upgrades that one could put on the other side of the street here whenever we need it. But we also still have this whole other side, and we have the issue that cars that are leaving from this area can only go to the right. So if they want to go further to the mainland, they have to pick a right here, continue driving, and then take a loop here, drive through this residential area and all the way back. That's really not optimal. So let's try to do something about it. First, we need another interchange on this side here. So let's get in the road for it. And then again, with this highway road, draw it in here. And remove the pedestrian crosswalk right after the interchange. Let's see if we have some right here. Yes, we should get rid of those. But now we need to add the ability for people to cross from this side, the highway, all the way to the other side. I'm really not good at building interchanges. I'm not sure if I have ever really built some, but I'm going to try something. And this is going to be bold. Maybe it will work out, maybe not. Let's take a look. Let's take out another road, raise it up, bring it all the way over the highway. Oh, I wanted to cross it in here. Actually, this is not a bad solution. Then it could come back down and connect back to the highway. It's not looking that bad, to be honest. I'm not so sure if this is the optimal layout for traffic, because there's multiple on-ramps here. It could create a lot of problems, but for now I'm not unhappy with it. Let's try to build the exact same thing again on this other side here. I mean, practice makes perfect. Let's drag out the road. This time immediately make it go up. Oh, but here these power lines are in the way, so we might have to do it over here. Let's see. Yeah, these power lines are really an issue. So let's quickly pause the time, get rid of these power lines, see what we can build, and then check out how we can make it work. This is an interchange, but it does not look good. So let's delete it. I'm not really sure how we can make it work on this side. Let me know in the comments if you have an idea. For now, this will just mean that people living on this side, or I guess working on this side, because I'm just going to go ahead and zone in a few more industrial buildings over here. They just, well, they can only go to the right. Maybe at some point there will be a solution. I guess an easy one would be to have another alleyway go below the street here. I mean, an alleyway could do this, but tunnels are quite expensive, so that's probably not a valid option for now. But while we are here, let's add some livestock farming in some of these small areas that we can. A bit of industry is always great to have. And then this area, I'm going to be lazy now, is just going to be decorated with some stones. Just a bit of texture everywhere here. Here we go. Not too bad. It looks more rural now. So actually, why not add more of that? I'm going to add another livestock farm here. Replace one industrial building we have. I love how it just goes around these industrial buildings that we have. That's quite nice. Then just goes along the street and circles back. Why not? That way we have more production going. If we look at the production panel, I mean, we're working on industry after all. We're producing a bit of grain, but we are still importing more. We're only importing livestock. I guess these statistics still have to update. And we're also producing some carrots. Let's look at stones. Yes, we're producing some of them. None, I think, are imported, if I understand this panel correctly. So we're starting to have the first basis of our industry, which is really amazing to see. Now we need to do something with this path here. I'm just gonna take it. I don't have many good ideas for it, but maybe let's build a small Easter egg with it. So it goes all the way here in the forest. Inside the forest, we can add like a nice gazebo. Is there like a campfire of some sort? Maybe someone's camping here. This could be a campground now. And it's going to get a pier. Let's see if we can draw it in from here. Yes, just a small pier. And let's try out the decoration. There should be boats somewhere. I'm not sure under which tab they are. Park, probably not. Plants, no. Residential could work. Commercial, industrial, debris, and decals. Where are the boats? You know, I'm looking for these ones from the trailer, the sailboats. Oh, here they are. They are under nature. Why are they under nature? But let's just pick a sailboat and dock it here at the pier. That's nice. Actually, it might be better on the other side, because then looking from the city, there is a better view of it. I mean, this looks way nicer. So there are some people camping here and they have their sailboat parked. That's nice. These boats really add a lot. And now we still have this massive hole here, but we don't need to fill everything. Often it's hard to be comfortable enough to leave some space. So this time I'm just letting it breathe a bit. And I'm really wondering, did we already complete this island? I'd say it's looking solid. Still a bit empty, but I mean, this other island is also empty. And why not keep it that way? For now, it seems like the largest issue is that there is a lack of labor. Let's quickly look here at the tab. We have an unemployment of 1.5%. And I think this jobs number 414 is the amount of jobs that are open. There's 202 people employed. So we need to add some space for more people. So let's expand the village we built last episode. It's going to use the same playbook. Start with a normal road. I mean, I can just drag this one out. Then let's get some alleyways for some row homes. This is going to be all very, very grid-like. Quickly fix the zoning here and let's see where things go. Highway interchange. That one, honestly, I'm really happy with. It's working great. I can just fix it by not allowing some changes. Here we go. Quick surface adjustment. This side will also get just some rock. Oh, I missed the surface. Here we go. Then we have the row homes. Let's quickly zone in those. Some of the smaller ones. Let's try to get things as symmetrical as possible. They're going to need electricity. They're going to need water. Is this connected? Yeah. This one looks a bit weird, but it's actually connected. That's the main part of the new population. I don't want to add too much, but we need to make this look nice again. So there needs to be some decoration, and with it, I just destroyed this entire zoning. So for now, this is really annoying. I mean, Paradox should really fix some of these zoning issues. I want them all uniformly zoned here. It can't be that hard. Yeah, now it's working again. And like here, what's happening with the surface? I think people can walk here, but it's a problem with this intersection. Let's just build out the pathways. I really dislike this one here. So let's try again. Maybe we make this longer and then build this. Yep, now it is looking good. Now let's do some of the same decoration as before with the same row of bushes. Maybe we can even squeeze some in here. Oh yes, that's working great. Just using up all the small spaces for some decorations. And there's also this curve tool. With it, we can take care of the corners. It's a bit wonky, but here we have it. It's looking nice. People are moving in. There is a lot of traffic. I guess we could add some parking spaces now that we have also unlocked them. Just some small ones here, but at the same time, I am no longer going to allow them to park here. Instead, they're getting a wider walkway. This fits in very well with these wide walkways here on the side. So a lot of things going on here. Let's build it out a bit further. Not much, just building up this road up until the coast. Here, let's get in some gravel roads. I'm going to add a forest in a second. So there will be just people living out here, a bit more secluded. So they are all just going to get like cul-de-sacs at the end. Let's get them in. Then let's zone some more waterfront housing just here and there, not too high of a density. These are very secluded communities. And while we are here, let's get in another small parking lot. And then why not have another person here that has a boat just out here. It's under nature, sailing boat, plop one in. Then since there's a parking lot, maybe there's some kind of seafood restaurant. So let's put in 2 businesses that can live here. And finally, then work on some of these pathways. People can still have shorter paths to walk everywhere. And then let's add some larger amount of vegetation. I'm adding some brighter trees so one can really see that this is an artificial area. It's different. The forest that's here is not organic. It has been planted to segregate these people out a bit. They're all coming in. And there's one more thing needed. I mean, the reason we added all these people is so that they can work in the industry over there, which already is having less problems with workers. But for now, they can all only go right. We want them to be able to go left on the highway. So finally, let's add once again an interchange. We have already practiced this, so we can just pull it out, make it go over and then all the way back down. Let's take a look at it. This one is looking way better and people are already using it. Let's delete the crosswalks that we have right here. And now people have a direct way to the industry area. Honestly, what a nice place to live. That's it for this episode. The next one is already out for my channel members. You can support me there for my goal of becoming a full-time creator. If not, no problem, you will get the episode in about 7 days. Thank you for watching and happy gaming.